And who needs Alan Moore when we have Comey Mark?
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Огонь! Врач! Они...
One of my favorite people, Comey Mark.
Огонь на подавление! Враг сзади по левому флангу! Огонь! Врач! Они...
Assalamu alaikum, bitches. It's me, it's your man, call me Mark. Hello, welcome to the show. Joining me as ever, it's the Secretary of the Revolution, Stencilitis Jan, Green's comrade. How you doing?
Hello, how are you? I'm okay. The only problem is I left my glasses at my mum's, so I'm like this. So I may be mugging up to the camera a bit while I try to look at anything at all.
Did you not notice that you didn't have your glasses on when you couldn't see while you were driving?
No, I was quite drunk, so I just
while you was driving.
I was very, very drunk. But no, it's I was driving along and I was like, why does it think it's very dark? So I was like driving, I was like, what the fuck have I done? So yeah. So I'm a bit kind of up to the screen. Apologies. This isn't. This is being thrown into a river kind of behaviour. I know it's below performance.
Cool story, bro. So Piper is here as well. Greetings, comrade. How are you doing? That's a very big glass you got there.
Yep. I am ready for this tea, as the kids call it. Actually, no, not yet. Hold on.
Would you like to explain your working out there, Piper, on what you're using?
This?
Yes.
Oh, this is my cup.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
But one person I know actually doesn't even drink at all. It's believe.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
That's like something from
Troll Factory.
Hold up, I'm not ready.
That's like something from Stars or something. Or the Mighty
Drama.
He's heavily disguised. This is him for the show.
It would have worked out a little better for you if you didn't have your name on there. Should have just named yourself Shocked Pikachu.
I could have just watched that for like an hour. Like,
right?
I was trying to leave it long enough to not be funny, and then leave it long enough again, but it would have been too long. And then this week as well, not a special guest, just a regular guest. Kenzo is joining us.
Greetings, comrades.
It's okay, Kenzo. You're special to me.
Hello.
I don't have a special Clutch Cargo-esque Pikachu face to speak from. I didn't come as specially prepared like Billy did.
Pikachu's
So we're 1 month in now. We're in February. Like we've come back to doing the show after what, a 16-month hiatus was it? Like I didn't do a video for 7 months or something on top of that. And like boom, straight back to where we were like when we hung up the boots or whatever, like match fit in a month. Like remember I said at the start of the year when we did that Israel-Palestine stream, because I didn't want to talk about either of the dramas that were going on, I lost more subscribers in that one day than I gained in the entire previous year. Like but this video that I just dropped that we're gonna Efap here put me back over where I was.
Which controversy caused you to lose so much like subscribers? Like I don't
talking about actual like politics instead of like comic book politics.
Oh, okay.
People didn't like that very much at all. So I guess my first question, I'm gonna ask you, Billy, because why not? How's your January gone? Good start.
Pretty good. The industry that I work in, 9 to 5, has been kind of hit hard with layoffs. But since I work at an independent studio, it's one of those unfortunate things where like the unfortunate people that work for corporations losing their jobs means that I've gotten a lot of job offers as a lower paid independent contractor on the back of that.
That's good. That's a strong opening. Does anyone have a shit January to report? Like, yeah.
Well, January's been a hell of a year. Let's just say that.
2024 has been a hell of a year. I'm already ready for it to be over. Yeah. It's off to a terrible, terrible start.
I'm just checking with the chat. Osman says, time to bomb the trolls. Remember, I was thinking about this earlier. Remember when we did that tour of North Korea? Like, and then we left fake reviews, like on TripAdvisor, like for the...
That was fun.
Yeah, time to scrub our enemies from photos. Yeah, there's lots of people here, like 31 people watching already, and we're only a couple of minutes in. Well, Dunk says, my reluctant girlfriend is handcuffed to the fireplace boiling some beetroot and cabbage. I call it struggle session stew. Yeah, doing like a bit of the struggle session. Jan looks like Nick Frost on meth. That is the most offensive thing that anyone's ever said about Jan. even when Kiwi Farms called you subhuman, like
on the back of my shirt. Kiwi Farm. Yeah, subhuman.
Is that back when you were making the videos? What were they called with Peephole Circus? The Yan says
mansplaining.
Or Yansplaining or hipster beer review shows. Well, I drink those god awful Marmite flavored beers.
Those are fun.
Grim.
Kessa says, I'm here. Wait, Mark isn't wearing his uniform. What's happening? Game things will act. That's the war mode. Like, I only wear the uniform and we're going to war, innit? Like, that's how it works. You only have one pair of glasses? Can you? Well, anyone who has more than one pair of glasses gets killed. It's my compromise with Pol Pot, that is. Yeah, like, you'll have one pair. Hello, Danger Vanessa. Lots of people here. Vincenzo's here as well. Hello, welcome. People are pretty stoked to talk about this drama, but I'm gonna make them wait even longer because every week, I write down some things that happened, like that I didn't really get to say to anyone, like in the moment. Like, and I saved them for this part of the show, like to warm us up into that or whatever. So the first thing, if you get a taxi, and the guy says, can you give me the directions? Should get a discount, right? like I'm doing your job for you.
A bit like when you go to the supermarket and use the self-scanning.
Yeah, you
Right.
should get a discount for doing it.
Doing it
That's
yourself,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know I was on the schedule. Jeez.
And then I was in a shop and I overheard this like conversation where there was like an old woman, not old, she was like 50 or something, but she had a hard life or whatever. And she was with like a kid who was about 19, like effeminate, like probably gay, bisexual child or whatever. Teenager, adult, whatever. And she says to him, look, if your mom doesn't do your head in, she's not really your mom. And then she turned to the cashier and she said, does your mom do your head in? And she said, she's dead. Like, that absolutely creased me up. That's hilarious.
I am so stuck on, well, she looks like she had a hard life. That's
Well,
how
she's
I'm gonna
not-
get described in like a
well, she's
couple
not
years.
that
Like,
old.
yeah,
She
you
looks
know,
like she's
Piper,
had
she
a
looks
hard
like,
life.
I mean, she looks like she's had a hard life. I don't know how old.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Will Hung and Dung's message.
The one about the fillet?
Yeah.
I think that's a little different. If they came and made you cook it yourself.
Yeah. If it was Donald DeLay, he would say, well done.
There used to be a coffee shop where
You should pay more for doing that to steak.
for the extra gas used.
Yeah.
There used to be a coffee shop near the Forbidden Planet near Leicester Square, and they used to sell deconstructed coffee. So you'd order whatever coffee you wanted, like a cappuccino or flat white. And you'd get the hot water in one glass, the coffee in another, and the frothy milk in another on a wooden board with an empty cup. And that's how they would hand it to you.
People are finding great ways to save money and tell people that it's like fancy and special. Like, if I was good at making this, I wouldn't come here.
I know, like I said, like I didn't realize I made it to round 2 of the interview process. Like,
it would be
another
cheaper
thing
for me to do this and in the comfort of my own home in my pajamas. So if I was good at this, that's what I would be doing.
It's true.
What the fuck? All right.
Yeah, so another thing that happened to me this week is I turned my computer on and, you know, my fan was really loud, like to the point where, you know, at first you think, oh, I'll just write it out. Like, it'll settle down. Like, it's just got to, like, get through it or whatever. And it didn't. And I was convinced my computer was going to explode. Like, and, you know, when... Oh, it happens to me all the time, that I lose loads of work, and I'm like, oh, especially with this video, whatever. And I took the side off, and I looked in the fan, and there was a Rizzler, like, inside the fan, and it, like, I have no idea how that happened, like, but...
it's just getting high. You should really consider, because of how bad your luck has been, honestly, paying the nominal fee on a yearly basis to have cloud storage and just have auto sync going all the time.
My bigger problem there is more of like a processing time kind of problem on it. So we're gonna look at the
Is
video.
that Nick Rekieta in a hijab? I don't know whose eyes are those.
It's Count Dankula, that is actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Dankula.
Just like a communist joke.
They kind of have the same eye shape because I mean,
Do that.
yeah. I love Dankula.
So we're gonna watch the video what I just made, and that video is on course to be my highest performing video ever. crashing everything. Yeah, I showed Billy a graph, like it was insane. And as well as that, like I want to look at some of the reaction like that we've had already in the first 24 hours, like see some of the counter arguments, the rebuttals, like that kind of thing, and stuff like what the fuck did I just watch? I can't tell if this entire video was ironic or not.
No
like,
one ever knows, man.
Welcome, comrade. Like,
Yes.
Get used to that feeling.
Yeah.
Slick Rick. Oh, Billy, would you read this one for me, please? You can see the Slick Rick character. Like, I'm sure you can imagine.
Hey, Mark, buy a fucking mic and speak the fuck up, for fuck's sake. You put time and effort into your videos, but you sound like you don't want to hear us. Want us to hear what you're saying, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're still like that?
Nice. A lot of people commented on the volume of my voice.
Yeah, crank the volume.
Saying get a new mic and stuff. But I think the problem is actually with my voice. Like, I think I just speak quietly. Like,
yeah, if you move closer to the mic, that would help with that.
You gotta get close up into the mic.
Yeah.
No. But the point is, if you want to send me some money to buy a mic, I'll take
I am
it.
once again asking for your financial support.
Yeah, classic. Bobo says his production values, or lack thereof, are very in line with the common mark socialist ethic. If someone was to send him money to upgrade his microphone, you know he'll just waste it on some ridiculous bling or his own personal dacha somewhere in the Ural Mountains. Give a comrade a break.
Okay, well, where the audio, I'm going to interject here, where the audio may be lacking, the video editing and pacing production, it makes up for it. Like, it tenfold.
Sven Svensson says the problem is room echo. Okay, that's like that's the best someone's like said it rather than sort out your sound. Do you know what I mean? Now I know what to type into Google. Jan, put that in the poem.
Yeah, you need to take some of those bearskin coats that you have and just kind of hang them up around the room to buffer the echo.
Some thick curtains.
See what happens when you listen to your detractors. You know, they'll tell you what to do. They're good. Their advice or whatever. A meme that I invented yesterday. Soca Sisters.
No.
So wait, are they sisters or twins?
Yeah.
Or I mean, I guess
are they sisters or twins?
Or both.
I'm sorry. I guess that's not an either or.
What's in the guns, by the way? There's just water in them, right?
Probably. I assume so. So that's one.
You go some Mona Lisa with those.
I was really happy with the
twins?
Soca Sisters, like, and then this picture is great. And then the other thing that I actually got this from someone in the chat yesterday at the premiere. Like, you know how Eric talks about his detractors all the time? Well, from this point onwards, I'm going to call them matractors.
I had a feeling this was coming. Like, man, I don't even live on a farm.
Well, we know that Isom does, don't they? So, yeah. Yeah, just
I'm more of a combine guy myself.
Oh no.
Yeah, you like that. All right, so then we're back. Let's watch that. I know, Piper, you said that you haven't seen this already. Like,
I've been trying so hard not to touch the poop, and I guess I'm putting my hands all up in the poop. So.
I've just
for your entertainment. What?
I just realized before I started that I didn't share the sound. Like, I didn't have to go through the whole process of playing it, and then 16, 17 seconds in, someone says you can't hear it.
We got to make sure we can't hear it. We got to make it good and sure. Like,
I know. I don't know if the Soka sisters are old, but they look like they've lived a hard life.
It's funny because it's a callback.
Dude, I'm using that to describe
twins.
someone's
One is
age.
38 and the other one's 39.
Hello, well read. Lots of people there. We've got 60 people watching. That's incredible. Thanks.
Because they're waiting. They're
watching.
waiting in the wings to figure out who to get pissed off at.
They're literally in the stands with their moldy bread and their sewer water, like just frothing.
Waiting to pass judgment on each one of us based on our reactions and our opinions on this crap.
Uh-huh.
A lot of
And
pressure.
not all of his videos are crap.
Thanks.
No. The
What were you gonna
drama
say?
is crap. Drama is always crap. It's
You gonna say
clicks,
something,
but it's
Kenzo?
crap.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought I heard you.
Yeah, he did. I replied to him. Sorry.
Oh.
Hey, Jan, put these nuts in your gay ass poem. I was just laughing at this. Yeah, so one of the interest. I've said it, say in this video. I'll say it when I get there.
Previously on X-Men.
Response to that trailer that you made has been phenomenal. I mean, thousands of people liking it or reacting to it in some way.
I mean, I expected good feedback. Certainly expect everybody to be kind of, people to be enthusiastic, but the reactions from the different communities, it's been
How has
unbelievable.
the Communist Party community treated you in this response? What is their feedback been?
I haven't quite got much from them, from that community. I'm pretty sure those guys.
We could find out. We could ask Kami Mark.
Kami Mark.
Who is Kami Mark? I don't really know. Apparently, a guy that doesn't like me.
Is this as loud as it gets? Oh shit.
Yeah,
it is.
is the answer to that question.
Shit.
That clip is from like 2 years ago, innit? Like, and I stumbled across it by mistake, like that I was name dropped in there. And for me, that was like a sign, innit? Like that the internet wanted to know what I thought about this thing. Like, oh, here we go.
Wait.
First drama.
Hold on. No, well read. He made a stream to Efap his video. Get it right.
Yeah, this is, I reckon, the 4th time that we've done this concept of EFAPing my own video, because like in the editing process, like and the writing, there's stuff that I want to say that I can't squeeze in, like that breaks the narratives and stuff, like so I get to say it here and explain jokes that people want to get and stuff. Some people mistakenly believe that this is a drama channel. It's not. It's a history
Thank goodness
channel.
for the captions.
History of the launch of the Rippaverse. You probably have questions like, who is Eric July? What's ISOM all about? What the hell is a Soka sister? So grab your popcorn, click like and subscribe, and let's roll the fucking credits.
Mark, is there any way for you to turn the volume up on the video at all?
I already.
No, it won't go.
That's a good point. But can we turn the audio up?
We...
Do you turn the audio off?
Let me get past this.
Well, first an ad.
No, I muted it for the advert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was already at full. Oh, on that last thing though, I just wanted to say the difference between doing drama and history is that when we look at a drama that happened 2 years ago, we know the answer. Like we know who came out on top. Like you know, so you get to be correct instead of like guessing what's going to happen or whatever.
What you're saying is it's information, not speculation.
A woke makeover. We've been telling you about this.
Whoa, have they? I didn't know that. Thanks, Fox News, for your excellent finger on the pulse of the issues reporting. I didn't realize it was still 2016. I know it's easy to dunk on Fox News for their sensationalist reporting and their lack of journalistic integrity, but it is important to remember that they're just as much a part of the establishment machine as uber-woke Big Pharma shill CNN. These organizations publicly offer the illusion of choice and a facsimile of freedom, while in the shadows they conspire together in secret to support the neo-colonialist American empire.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
To disseminate. That's from Libya, isn't it? Like, which is where Gabe's father's from, or whatever. Disseminate the official lizard people propaganda to shut down debate and discussion and maintain the status quo. Now I know I'm already getting into communist rantings or whatever, and we haven't even started yet. The point is, though, that the mainstream show media ain't going to talk about anything that they perceive as a genuine challenge to global corporate hegemony.
You have a new comic book publisher promising to ignore cancel culture, and it is paying off.
Hey, I'm an anti-cancel culture comic book publisher. Man, isn't it great to see yourself and your intersectionalities represented on screen in the media that you consume? It's like they're talking about me. The anticipation excites me, and I have this overpowering urge to dip deep into my proletarian pockets and just hand over my hard-earned wage slavery wages and purchase some Fox News approved safe corporate product. Woo, go capitalism.
Rippaverse's debut, comic book #1, Isom, is #1, nearly made $3 million already.
One of the arguments that I've seen Rippaverse detractors use is Isom 1 was only a success because of Fox News. And let's hammer a nail into the coffin of that talking point right here and cross it off the list. He just said the book had made nearly $3 million already. So, like, up to this point, yeah, it's going to change soon. But it's in a way where if you're a supporter of the Rippaverse or whatever, everything is totally agreeable in it. Like, you know, they've entered into their reality or whatever.
Like,
well, this is the little bit of the sugar in the tea that's got the arsenic in it. You know, you gotta.
That's all controversy around it for a good while. I was on like Team Rippaverse.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it was logical. Yeah, it was logical. And then when he, yeah.
Well, don't get
weird.
too far ahead. Like, don't skip ahead. But yeah, it was very hopeful in the beginning. Like, so yeah, ready.
Isom is #1, nearly made $3 million already. Founder of Rippaverse Comics, Eric July, and artist behind it all of Isom, Gabe Abdullah El Talib, joins us now. Congratulations to both of you. I guess.
There is like a sneaky cut there in it. Like when he says congratulations to both of you, I guess. He actually says, congratulations to both of you, I guess. I'll come to you first, Eric. Like, but like the cut's just so funny because Grim Jim says, those were the boys. You were supposed to be the chosen one.
I want to put this on the record, and I know I'm definitely putting myself out there on the line on this comment, but I'm not trying to be a hipster or be like, oh, I was doing that before it was cool or whatever. But from the first day, as a professional working in the industry, seeing the product that they had on hand, like if he is trying to say, you know, make a competitive product for what he is saying isn't good, you know, that book didn't look good even for an indie book. Like, I mean, you can say that like the big two, like they may not be good
Well,
reads.
he was comparing
like the
himself
art
to the current Big Two, not when the Big Two was good. That's for
no,
sure.
but like, even current Big Two, you open up any Big Two book, I mean, like 95% of them, they may not read well, you may not agree with the story that's being told, but the art in a mainstream comic is really fucking good. Like most of them, I mean, you can cherry pick some bad stuff, but like I go to the comic book shop all the time, and there's
it's not like every single one. Yeah, it's not like
there's
every
a lot
single
of
one
really
is
good
garbage.
art, and it moves up to a certain level. And from day one, when I saw the Rippaverse stuff, like I was just not impressed at all.
To support what you're saying, Billy, like I believe that there's a reason they only started showing the artwork off like 3 days before launching the book, and for that exact reason.
Their congratulations are merited here, raising just under $3.75 million or $2.9 million in real money. Raising that in sales for your first ever comic book is an impressive achievement, and I'm all for this. Creators should be free of corporate control and financial exploitation. They should seize the means of production for themselves and tell the kind of stories that they want to tell. Redistribute your uncensored message, touch people's hearts, win their minds, and echo through the ages. But enough of that airy-fairy being an artiste stuff. Let's get back to this really important advertisement for how much money my son won.
That's one of my favorite gifts, like the resume that is like it's the head flick at the end, and it really sells it. We've got 86 people watching, 89, incredible. Go and redistribute the message, send all your friends here, leave a like, all that jazz, subscribe if you haven't already.
Eric July, an artist behind it all, Bison, Gabe Abdullah El Talib joins us now.
Okay, so straight off the bat, we have a factual inaccuracy. Brian Kilmeade, or whatever his name is, describes Gabe as the artist behind it all. And I want you to notice the moment of bewilderment in Gabe's eyes as he processes what he's just heard.
By an artist behind it all, Bison.
There is another moment like this guy that I'll get into.
Nice catch.
Bonus type thing, so make sure you stick with that. For the record, Gabe is not the artist of Isom #1. That honor goes to former Marvel or DC or both artist Cliff Richards. Not to be confused with the 100-year-old Christian heartthrob Cliff Richards, seen here commanding marine mammals like an even shitter version of Aquaman.
Don't brag on our Cliff Richards.
God, get ad blocker like a normal human being.
YouTube won't let me watch shit anymore if I have ad blocker.
Works fine on mine.
What?
Yeah.
It's immoral. It's immoral to use ad blocker on YouTube. You're stealing value from creators. That's the word.
Sounds a little bit like capitalism there, Mark.
Let's just carry on.
To credit, Eric July does name check his artist Cliff later on in the interview. That whole error is on the laughable.
That's what I was going to say. Cliff Richard, I'm going to use that joke every time in it. Anytime that there's a picture of the crew or whatever, I'll use Cliff Richard, the singer. Do you know who he is in America, or not?
He's a national treasure.
No, I honestly 100% do not care. I'm messing with y'all.
You know the song, The Young Ones, and congratulations and jubilation. He sung that.
No, wait, keep going. I don't recognize it yet.
Integrity and the due diligence work of Light News Entertainment outfit Fox and Friends, rather than on July himself. For a lot of people, this interview with mainstream shill legacy media will have been their first exposure to Eric July. You know, your 100 people watching. That's the first time ever. Grandma doesn't watch Blaze TV, but
Drama
she knows
sells, dude.
who Brian Kilmeade is. He's the guy who said these things.
Not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims. We keep marrying other species and other ethnics, and we have pure genes. Because they marry other Swedes.
That guy.
Finns marry other Finns, so they have a pure society. In America, we marry everybody.
And now here he is congratulating Eric and Gabe on their financial success. Anyway, the point is that in this moment, this Fox News interview, this is the first real mainstream exposure of ISOM and the Rippaverse to the wider general public. For me, though, my introduction to Eric July, aka Young Ripper 59, was as the crazy libertarian meme guy who lost his mind over Roads.
Damn level 1 rookie, childish kindergarten ass bitch made argument that you throw out there is what about the roads? You must drive on the roads. You must hate the roads. And you somehow think that the thing that's gonna stump us and be like, damn, fuck this libertarian shit is the motherfucking roads.
Now, I'm acutely aware that I'm the wrong one. When this is a good opportunity for a question, what can you remember the first time that you ever encountered Eric July?
Geeks and Gamers for me.
I think it came up in my recommended when I was watching Crowder.
Uh-huh.
And that was like 2018, 2019.
Yeah. Like so
And I think he was bitching about Batman or something.
That's on brand.
But he had a Batman poster behind him.
I found him like looking for people to debunk in it. You remember when I was making those videos? Let's carry on. A dumb guy, a weak, skinny, soy, white boy communist or whatever who wants to steal your toothbrushes and redistribute them to illegal immigrants. But I'm still yet to see a succinct. I love that picture choice for illegal immigrants. Like, I think that was really funny. Counter position to this question about roads from any libertarian. Go read a book is usually the reply. That looks a little bit like Matt Barr. Every time that I see it, like it reminds me of Matt Barr. But you may be surprised to know that despite our polar opposite political positions, I actually agree with Eric on quite a few things. Like, for example, that the state has a monopoly on violence and that normal people could just come together, cooperate and make important decisions that affect them and their local neighborhoods, that they could do this fairly and without economic exploitation. They could meet regularly to debate in the field of ideas and democratically decide the course of action that best suits every party involved. This could happen all over the country in every major city, town, county and district. We could call them Soviets, and eventually the Soviets could all cooperate and vote on themselves in some kind of massive union. I get told all the time that this is an impossible pipe dream that goes against human nature, but I'm with Eric on this one. You might say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
Today is the 23rd of
Man, getting a lot of like admin.
Oh, look, they're making struggle stew back there.
Yeah, but for you,
Just advertising, stop the war, let's do some wars.
Yeah, this is.
I was really proud of all of that stuff, like how I spanning it.
That was
Let's
a
start
very
with
good
you,
joke.
if we can, Eric. What gave you this idea? What prompted you to do what you did in October?
Okay, so to properly answer that question, we're gonna need to rewind a little bit.
My way of activism and spreading the message is by way of infiltrating the culture.
Whoa, not that far. Ignore that. Delete that part from your memory. I meant more like rewind back to the ISOM #1 trailer.
All right, so a lot of people have covered like the launch of ISOM or whatever at the time, but I haven't seen that clip anywhere else. Like I haven't
That's
seen
good.
anyone
It's
throw
good.
that into anything.
This
like
is my first time seeing that.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's a smoking gun right there.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, Dunk says the low volume will continue until Miranda. 120, like amazing. Thank you.
I'm Eric July, founder, owner, and writer. Welcome to the Rippaverse.
Founder, owner, writer, in that order.
You've watched some of your favorite comic book characters be bastardized to the point to where they're completely unrecognizable. They're just used as career stepping stones for a lot of writers that don't care about the lore. Some even despise their fans.
It's true. They do. We see these big shot comic pros who think they know everything and insert themselves into the characters and treat paying customers like dirt, insult them, block them on Twitter, even threaten them with physical violence, all in the hopes of bagging some fancy animation deal or video game or even live action movie.
Sure, we want to expand in many different avenues. Video games, animation, maybe even live action movies. They're just used as career stepping stones. Those are people that just want to tell stories that represent their social political views.
My way of activism and spreading the message is by way of infiltrating the culture.
Oh,
no. That still, this is my first time seeing that clip, and oof.
What do they call that? Self-reporting?
Project it? Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Who is it? Lindstrom. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I love that part. Like, it's laying down for the future in it, because it's history, it's not drama. We know where it's gonna go in it, like, so we can leave little clues and little trailing.
Oh, it's like, oh, I wonder if the Capulets and the are gonna settle their differences so that their kids can marry now.
In Fair Verona, where we lay our scene where civil hearts meet civil hands unclean.
That sounds gay.
Although I don't have skin in this game, I still like the comic Eric's.
Gay!
God damn it!
Go on, which comment?
The Eric's characters come pre-bastardized. I can't say the name right now because I have a lisp, a medically induced lisp.
Svensson.
Yeah, we're doing good. Like, imagine if we hit 150, that would be fucking sweet.
Mark, you need to put on that outfit that you wore when somebody gave you some money, if that happens.
I'm gonna have to dive back into drama in order to fucking sell any of my shit, aren't I? I thought I was so done with it. 2020.
Share and like so Mark can get a black market toilet paper and bread. I'm not even allowed bread. I'm on like one of them meat and cheese.
Oh yeah, no. Everybody watching, if you look down at the end of your aisle, there's bags full of moldy bread, so that anybody that needs a snack, there's some there for you.
Free bread.
We are a comic book company first and foremost that will never be forgotten no matter how big this venture gets. And we are guided by a set of principles known as the Rippaverse ethic. You will find this on a page in every single book that we release, and it's a set of standards that we certainly want you to hold us to. There are three main things that we will always emphasize. Number one, respect the customer.
It's great that Eric has promised to respect the customer. I mean, sure, it's basic hot dog salesman 101 stuff, but he's speaking my language here. He's preaching the gospel of comics gate. That's the issue in a nutshell. A bunch of egocentric political activists infiltrated the comic book industry, changed all the characters for the worse, and then labeled the fans as racist istophobes for complaining about it. So I'm glad to see that Eric is none of those things and is fully committed to respecting the opinions of his customers and is open to feedback. In fact, he even encourages it.
Libertarianism isn't about shut the hell up, don't say nothing, don't voice an opinion when a business does something. We believe, hell, we encourage that sort of complaint, right? We see you having a bad business practice, we're loud about it because we want other people to know about it, obviously, and that sort of puts pressure on the institution to change their business practices, or you take your, money, whatever have you take.
So I couldn't put this in the video, but I love that moment where it's like, it says, you take your money and tries to think of another thing, like there's another thing, like
business.
What else are you going to withhold from them?
Loyalty?
Yeah, maybe.
Let him finish his point because I have a reaction.
Uh-oh.
Take that elsewhere, right?
Let 100 flowers bloom or whatever.
Oh! Eric, no!
I do want to come back to this one, so excuse me for a moment while I rightly chop away these next two commitments.
Our second point of emphasis is canon and continuity. And number 3,
dude,
can
we rewind and pause for a second?
I just had a therapy session earlier.
Go
on. I think that clip that you got right there is absolutely one of the most damning clips of Eric. Because he's a staunch ANCAP libertarian, and he just said, "Well, no, that's what my whole philosophy in life that I label myself is all about. That, like, if there's a business doing something that you don't like, you should welcome criticism coming in, because if the customer's not happy, then you'll take your money or whatever elsewhere."
Or whatever. What else?
Wait, playing devil's advocate real quick. That's his suggestion, so that's what he's expecting people to do if they're mad at him. As long as he keeps making bank, he's assuming, there's no criticism.
Well, it's very crazy because, again, it's like a self-report again, because he's saying that this is what he believes in, but he's not a man that takes criticism well at all.
Yeah, that's because your criticism is supposed to be shut up and just don't give him money. And if he, I guess, loses enough money, then he'll be like, oh, I guess I'm doing something wrong.
But he won't. He'll make $1 bajillion.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he's not going to lose enough, just like big companies.
Christine Venner for £5 says money for the revolution. Thank you.
It's been Christine forever. Hi, Christine.
Yeah, we've started getting into the territory of people talking about bad faith in criticisms. Or you should only accept criticism from certain people. It's bullshit. Everyone should have an opinion.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even if you don't know what they say, you can just say thanks. That's it. Thanks for that. You don't need to.
I'll admit I didn't buy any of his.
Okay, thanks.
Well, it just goes against so much of what he does because he complains so much about the mainstream, but he's not buying into any of those products. So it's like, why is he complaining about something that he's not a customer of anymore? Well, it gives him the right to do that, but not say that, oh, well, you can't talk shit about the Rippaverse because you're not one of my real customers. You're just a matractor.
Matractor.
attractors. Yeah, like I think the next one that I'm gonna do in this run, because I mean obviously I'm going to, because everyone loved this one. I'm gonna do about the different attractors like early on.
It's issue 1, bro. I get that you're committing to maintaining continuity into the future, but for issue 1, that's a promise hollower than the space between Xander Hall's ears. And look, I'll tell you the timeline right now. It starts here with ISOM number 1, and issue 2 ain't out yet. At this point, that also is a meaningless promise.
So I didn't fact check this because I only just thought of it like in post. Is there a comprehensive timeline? I don't know that I've seen a graphic like with a timeline on. Like I don't know because I haven't got Alpha Core or Red ISOM 2. But let me know like if there is one or if there isn't, because I've got a sneaky suspicion that there isn't.
It got cut to print the Rippaverse ethic on a page.
Oh,
but there is like two episodes of ISOM now, right? So is there a plot now?
No, there's still it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Like every character has a timeline that never goes anywhere.
I will say this. I will say this. Criticizing the promise to continuity. I mean, that just means that it's a promise that he's going to maybe keep. Like, so he's promising he's going to do something. So whether or not he's broken that promise, he hasn't given anybody a chance to figure out yet.
Well, yeah, because you can't break that promise in issue 1. Like,
but he said he's printing that in every issue, so.
Yeah, so we'll see. That goes. Yeah, that's true. Did the video actually opened with 2 weeks ago? Like it said that in the top corner. I didn't know if people would notice that.
I didn't even catch that. Damn. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
I think when the initial hype for the sorry.
Go on, no, take it.
I was just saying when the initial hype kicked off for the first book, like all my friends were excited for it. You know, like there's a lot of people I stream with into this Rippaverse stuff. Like I have friends that actually work directly for Eric. And like I went and had a look to order the first book, but in the UK it was £96.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was the shipping for the first book. It has come down now. The prices, I think you can get it for about $50-$60. But this is like not American money. This is real money I'm talking about.
Yeah,
pounds,
I mean
sterling, like,
silver. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not paying £96, and I'm glad I didn't pay the £96 initially, because from what I gathered, even some of my friends that got it weren't. They said it was average, but I think that was them just not wanting to say anything bad about it because everyone else in the community was shilling for it.
Well, that's actually something that I was gonna to say. Like, there's comments that I won't make on the books because I did not buy the books, because all of this, Eric sold me on him and Rippaverse, but did not sell me on the book itself.
Oh, we're getting to that.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have interest in the book itself, but I was excited for what he said he was doing, and hyped for that.
Richie Dupe says Top G is a better book.
Well, I don't know about that.
There's some stuff that people would say about the writing in the book and this and that I wouldn't comment on unless people were actually like showing proof at that point. Like,
I would sincerely, like in 100% honesty, I think that Xenotype is better than ISOM.
Oh, yep, I agree with that. Yeah.
Wait.
In every measurable way, Xenotype is a better book.
Did y'all make it through Xenotype?
Yeah.
I made it halfway through before I stopped and was like, I'm done.
Even the manhwa version that was printed double backwards.
Yeah, I got the big
the one
kit,
that
the
I have.
whatever with the multiple.
Yeah,
Well, it's supposed to be
was,
multiple books. I didn't get all of them actually. I
was
didn't
better.
get all of my order, but
Yeah,
I didn't
mean,
make it all the way through
like,
the book.
from an artistic perspective, from an actual story arc. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's savage, and it clip that. Put it in your game clips.
Value liberty. We're not going to beat you over the head with on-the-nose current politics and current narratives. That will completely contradict what it is that we're trying to do here.
My way of activism and spreading the message is by way of infiltrating the culture.
We only answer to the customer. We don't want to make the same mistake as the other guys.
Wait,
that's intense.
Eric, stop. Eric, what is you doing? No. Here we go. Yeah.
Right.
What is the book actually about?
If my memory serves me correct, right, that he established the whole Rippaverse logo, and everyone was all hype on that before you'd even seen a character, right? The first time I remember seeing, a picture of Isom was, like just a time-lapse picture one of the Brazilian lads did. And it was okay, I guess. But then, like, another couple of them popped up online. And the first thing that I thought is, like, they all look different. Like, no one's drawn a distinctive look for the Isom character where you can say, oh, yeah, that's Isom. They all just look like generic black character that they've drawn, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
This is quite possibly the worst character designs for any team that I've ever seen. Green on green on green with duller green on green.
Yeah.
So on this Alpha Core thing, quickly. So when the trailer came out, they watched it, EVS, Malin, some other people, and John Malin said those are the bad guys. Like straight away, the frame that they appear is like those are the bad guys. And
I would think that too. Still generic bad guys, but that's
there's
what makes
more
them
color.
look like the bad guys.
The Green Lantern Corps has more color in their outfits than these guys do.
So I've seen Eric saying this thing of, oh wow, like imagine that, and an ANCAP with super cops as heroes, like we'll do anything. And it's like, no, you're going to make them bad guys. Like it's patently transparent, like from the first moment, like they're gonna be bad. Yeah. Looks like
these interesting characters that you've created. What about the hero's journey? Even in the Fox interview, the closest thing we get to story is the name Avery Silman appears on the screen for like 1 second.
That's right.
thing
He
that I
did
forgot.
not
I
sell
should
me
have.
on the book.
Alpha Core, like it's supposed to have a P on the end of it. Like I think that Eric is a little confused and mistaken there. Like there's supposed to be the Alpha Corpse or whatever.
Oh, I thought he meant core, but
Well, I'm sure that he'll say that he did. Like, but he thinks that you have to watch out that Alpha Core isn't going to go all scotch off, like destroy everyone. Like that.
It isn't about telling great stories, it's about starting a business. The story of Isom isn't about the story itself. The story of Isom is, look how much money this based non-woke comic book made. And that's baked into the very Rippaverse ethic.
And we are guided by a set of principles known as the Rippaverse ethic. You will find this on a page in every single book that we release, and it's a set of standards that we certainly want you to hold us to. There are 3 main things that we will always emphasize. Number 1, respect the customer.
Now, I don't mean to go full crazy outlaw magic power of words stuff here, but just look at the money language choices here.
So this is another thing that made me be like, I'm gonna make this video. Like, and you can see, and like all of those words are like money
about
words.
the
And
company,
in respect
not
to
about
the customer, this should be called like ring the customer or something like.
yeah, or at least mention like
Go on.
something having to do with comics and readers. Like,
Yeah, like there's no word for story, and like remember, it's all about products, not comics. Like,
Yeah, like when did that?
Pardon?
I was saying, when did that become a thing? Where it's like, oh, do you support the Rippaverse? No one used to say to me like, oh, do you support Marvel or do you support DC? Do you support Image? Like, no, I just buy their shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't support them. When did that become a thing? You have to declare which camp you're in order to buy product.
loyalty, like brand loyalty.
Loyalty, brother.
I'm here again asking for your continued support.
But I've said this before, but I've said that when people are going after him, and I was just like, look, he's a businessman. Period. That's where he's coming from. He's a businessman. If you're upset about the comics, go after the comic people. I guess the people that did it.
Like he says, like, oh, I could see there's like a big gaping hole in the market or whatever, so I swept in there. Like, it says that. So
it's a deliberate woo-woo.
Wait. Can we rewind actually to that frame where you underline all the money words?
Ethic. You will find this on a page in every single respect the customer.
Which choices here?
There you go.
All right.
Wait, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mentions of the cheddar in one paragraph. That's impressive.
And I don't see the word story in there at all. Like, it does have the word book.
We hope there's a book or character you look forward to keeping up with. But that doesn't say we hope that you get sucked into the story.
Yeah, we hope you fall in love with these characters. You know, like we're creating a compelling narrative that's gonna make you, anxious to read that next issue.
I mean, that one sentence is pretty good. It's impossible to please everybody. We hope there's a book or character. That one, out of all of them, is like, yeah, I would put that in a mission statement.
Yeah, that
kind of
one's
deal.
fine.
Yeah, I'd put that line in there.
I'm a tractor.
You could change the word book and replace it with the word coffee. That entire thing.
We hope there's a coffee or a tea that you look forward to keeping up with.
Yeah. So that entire thing, that it could just be
basically, you could say coffee or tea, and instead of look forward to keeping up with, you could just say that becomes your favorite.
Yeah. It's for the entire thing, and every single. Oh, I suppose it has. Yeah. Good point, Jan. Well made. For me to fuck up on top.
It either reveals the true accidental subconscious intentions of the writer, or it's a deliberate woo-woo, putting it out there in the universe, Oprah Winfrey, big gift nonsense type thing. I'm not sure which is worse.
You have a new comic book published.
I said the gift, but I meant the secret. Like, but I was too deep in, to go back and re-record it. So.
You could replace the word gift with the word coffee, and it would be that. Sorry.
Grimjum says, "Do you think he copy and pasted it from some other product statement?" No, I wouldn't. I'd never accuse someone of that. AI maybe.
Ignore cancel culture, and it is paying off.
We don't want to be anti-woke and attack people. We want to be non-woke. We just want to give people classic superhero action.
And while we're looking at the Rippaverse ethic, I'd like to point out that despite all the hype and posturing about woke comic books and cancel culture, the Rippaverse ethic itself doesn't say anything about anything like that. And there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, there's no commitment to like non-wokeism or anti-cancel culture and stuff. Yeah, all of the news was reporting it as non-woke comic book against cancel culture. And if you challenge Eric and say, you said non-woke anti-cancel culture, he'll say, I didn't say that. And it's like, yeah, but everyone else said that. Like, and you never like corrected anyone. Like, and you was aiming it at those people. Like,
with aiming your work at the largest possible audience at the lowest common denominator, it's literally what it means to be mainstream. And Eric just wants to sell as many books as he can, and that's fine. He's allowed to do that. Anyone can make comics and tell their stories. But do not be mistaken, this is not about stories.
The volume's on max.
Respecting the customer. It's all about dollar bills. Look, it's even reflected in the campaign stretch goals, asking not what extra can I give to the customer, but what tax-deductible business upgrades can I give myself.
That was the weirdest stretch goal ever. If we get to this level, I'm buying a van for myself. And if we get to this higher level, I'm going to buy a tractor.
Grim Jim says it's Mark's cheeky trick to get us to listen more carefully.
Yeah, I've never seen on any type of crowdfunder, not even comic book, like whether it be like a tech, gizmo doodad, or a video game, or a novel or something like that, where somebody's put way high up in the stretch goals. It's like, yo, check this. If we hit it, I'm going to Hawaii.
Let's get it. It's always either been an upgrade to the project or
just as 1.5 million. Can we say Lambo?
Yeah. You're supposed to transfer the value saved from increasing the you know what I mean, the books get cheaper to print the more that you're selling, and you're supposed to pass that value back to the customer for supporting, that's how it's supposed to work. That's respecting the customer.
Yeah, as distribution costs go down, value goes up per customer.
Bang on.
90
That's what the secretary
of the Queen of Silver. Matractors.
Malambo.
I can't remember if there was some else.
And he says it all, it's not hidden in the slightest. Remember, founder, owner, writer, in that order.
When you die, you go to another life. Maybe heaven, maybe purgatory.
Oh, fucking hell. If people watching this see this many adverts when they watch it, I'd have made a fucking fortune.
What is this advert? This is dark.
That's crazy.
First and foremost,
how much more direct can a person be? I've seen celebrities launch comic books before, and I've seen political commentators do the same. I've even seen Belle Delphine successfully sell a bathwater to her audience. None of this is artistically. And I'm not interested in building a privately owned Daily Wire style alternative mainstream corporation that
should have said company there. Corporation's the wrong word. Every time that I watch it now, I think that annoys me. It should say company, because it's not a corporation, it's independently owned. That's
the very thing.
That's the very kind of slip up that Matractors will pounce on in it and say, look, he doesn't know the difference between a corporation and a company.
It's supposed to be fighting against. I'm a pseudo-intellectual elitist comic book snob or whatever. I want my comic books to make me feel and to make me think. I want to be challenged. And no, that people hate on Alan Moore and the whole deconstruction thing, but that's what makes stories interesting. There's a million comics out there. Show me something that I haven't seen before. Lame, safe, uninteresting comic book self-inserts are lame with or without wokeism. But I'm sure that Eric July is just keeping the story close to his chest because he's worried about spoilers getting out or something. And then when people do read his masterpiece of the written word, I'm sure we'll hear all about everybody's favorite.
See, you couldn't make that joke 2 years ago, like when it came out, could you? That's the benefit of coming back, like to recover it.
Detractors might say that I'm only hating because of my communism. They'll say that it's bad faith criticism, that it's ironic that I'm criticizing Eric for making money in a video that I'm only making to make money myself. But that's not true. I'm retelling the story of the Rippaverse because I'm a storyteller speaking.
Oh!
I just want to reach to a new audience to hear my message, hopefully bag a few new subscribers. I mean, Jesus Christ, even Intellectual Powerhouse Comic Book Hut has more subscribers than me. At this point in the timeline, I saw what Eric was offering and I wasn't interested. I mean, is this a comic book trailer or a startup business pitch on an E-Celeb special episode of Dragon's Den?
That's not... Do you have? You call it Shark Tank in America, innit? That show.
Yeah, Shark Tank. But that's what I felt. That's what I got from his trailer. He didn't sell me on the book.
It's actually in reality, it was more like the kind of thing that people say on The Apprentice, but it doesn't quite work because it's about asking for money. Like I wouldn't have been able to do "I'm out," which was how I felt. The Apprentice joke would have been "you're fired," which doesn't quite work. What else? It's writing, being funny.
The Brian Kilmeade versus Gabe El-Tayeb moment. And here it is.
Gabe, you said you walked away. You said it was because I was upset that they wanted to make Superman woke and get rid of the slogan "Truth, Justice, and the American Way." Why was that the straw that broke your back?
Oh, thank you for having me, Brian.
Dude just called Gabe a camel to his face.
Why was that the straw that broke your back?
And what was his epic comeback? Thanks for having me. Tough right there, bro. Fox News be disrespecting the Rippaverse like that. Smash that shit up. That would have been an even bigger viral sensation, but no.
Yeah.
Play it safe. Kiss ass and schmooze with the corporate establishment media. Only challenge the narrative when it's safe to do so. Help to maintain the status quo. You have to applaud Eric, though, for what he's achieved. $3.7 million in sales, a whirlwind press tour, and the book's already done, and it will ship out in just 70 days, don't you worry. We'll check the reaction to the release in the next video, or whatever, but I'm sure that everyone's going to be very happy with ISON number 1. I mean, ISON number 1 outperformed Keanu Reeves' Berserker, right? Can you fact check?
Is that true?
Mm-hmm. But I actually that little bit when I said, "Can we fact check that?" That was genuinely. I said it in the recording, and then I doubted that it was true, and I had to go back and check that it was.
It
true.
works in the video though.
He
because
made so
it
much
confirms
money
for everybody,
that you'd think, as a business owner that buys vans with stretch goals, that he would have reinvested those record-breaking profits to make the product even better for ISOM 2 and Alpha Core. I mean, he had the ability and means now and popularity to hire some of the best artists in the world.
Yeah.
The Rippaverse reminds
some
me
biggish
of.
names, yeah.
It reminds me of when like a million billionaire or whatever buys a football team, buys a soccer team or whatever. Like they always make the same moves where they'll bring in one like a player who is, you know, like an old head, like a trusted person to be the team captain or whatever. And then they'll splash out on a fancy Brazilian. Like that's always a thing. Like the fans love a player whose name ends in Enio or something. Like they'll sing that from the terraces or whatever. You get like a couple of exotic foreign wingers, like that could be related to each other. I don't know. There's a whole metaphor there. I'll work it out for a different video.
You have to congratulate young Ripper 59. He's achieved the very thing they set out to do. He's gone mainstream. That's the end. I hope you learned something.
That last he's gone mainstream. Like I had deliberately cut the music to make it more powerful. Like it just wasn't like enough. Like with the music, I think it really like puts a full stop on the end.
Oh yeah, well done.
So yeah, that video like crushed it. It's doing so well. Like
Okay, so that wasn't a getting caught up on the drama. It was more getting caught up on Eric July and why drama may or may not happen.
it was a history video. Remember, it was about the
It's not
history.
a drama video. It's a history video.
I enjoyed it.
It still said the word drama.
Uh-huh.
I got confused.
But yeah, now we're gonna do the part of the show where we look at the feedback from attractors, like and you know, listen to their criticisms and accept what's good, dismiss what's bad. Like you know, there is no criticism, only feedback. So what we got first? Oh, we already did that one. We'll take it in turns because I always come to Billy, except I'll let Jan not have a turn because he's got it right. If that's okay with everyone, I'll do this one first. From Handsome Longshanks. Anyone unironically calling themselves a commie is more stupid than literally anyone else. I'm so glad you got recommended to me, so I know I'm not the dumbest person on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah, that is me. Like I always say, never underestimate how dumb I am.
That's quite. He's happy though. You made him happy, so you've achieved your purpose there. He's glad.
All right, Plavo, this one's for you. Oh, yeah. So this was a question that I got asked.
But how will the roads be handled with communism?
So, yeah, this is in reference to me mocking Eric July's roads. This person has asked me how we'll handle it in communism. And I said, thanks for volunteering, comrade. Here's the keys to the steamroller. Like, so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Wrong screen. Go on, Kenzo, you can do this one.
So, why do people say the state has a monopoly on violence? It's completely false. Unless you live in a place where people give up their weapons, here in America, there is plenty of violence without the government being involved.
It's a good one.
BuzzFeed thing, and then here's 5 reasons why that's a good thing. Is that?
I mean, by definition, like a monopoly doesn't mean that it doesn't exist anywhere else. It means that someone has got major power and control over said subject. I mean, I've played Monopoly before. Like other people can have spaces on the board. Like, can you still like have Monopoly?
51% can be a monopoly. Yeah, so there's plenty of violence without the government being involved. I know. I was thinking about, often it's very hard to buy birthday or Christmas gifts for like teenage boys, but in America you can just get them bulletproof vests in it for when they go to school.
Yeah, or in the UK you get a knife vest.
Yeah.
Pipes, this one's for you, please.
This one?
Yeah.
Gabe looked dead inside. I wonder if July made him go on Fox News. I just wanted to sound dead inside.
This is an interesting one because, Gabe had already been at least mentioned on Fox News when he quit over the gay Superman thing. And I wonder if I going into the launch of the Rippaverse, Gabe was a bigger name than Eric July in comic books, at least, and it I'm not sure that that's true anymore. But Gabe certainly bought mainstream attention or whatever, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Mainstream. We already did that one too. Oh, fucking hell, I got this one as well. So Frank the Bunny 666. Bro, to kick off over something as small as the straw that broke your back would be ridiculously laughable. People use that expression all the time, with or without it being a camel's back. To think you would be doing some sort of service to your product, industry, or fans is the kind of retarded thinking you get in CG. You've actually made some decent points in this video, probably the most reasonable ones I've heard on this issue, namely about doubting Eric's commitment to actually produce good art and stories over making profits and a successful business. But you need to make Eric July, Fox News, the boogeyman when boogeyman you want them to be gets in the way of any valid factual points you were making, for me anyway. So lots to unpack here. I've never heard anyone say the straw that broke your back without a camel in before.
Right.
That's the first time
I've heard I think donkey before.
I've heard the animal get switched, but
and I think like the boogeyman is a scary supernatural force of ethereal power. I think the comments that you made sucked all that power out of Fox News by making them just the bland other side of the coin that exists.
Honestly, what I got from this entire comment is you had some good points, but the fact that you decided to make jokes in the fucking video with the good points makes you retarded, CG, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's so what I got from this.
To a great point, which is that he's saying about the bro, when I said, you should kick off, like smash the place up or whatever, it's obviously a joke. Like, they're not even in the room. Like, it's a Skype interview or whatever. What's he going to do? Smash up his own house? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It was obviously a joke. It's like Act 7 rhyming with Act 2, innit? Like, we're coming to the end. I've got to tie it all in a fucking bow. Like, and it's called storytelling. Like, that's how it works. Like, that's how you do it. But yeah, he said that it's one of the best detractor videos. Like, that's good, isn't it? Like, that's a compliment.
Can we before we go to the next comment, can we I think one of our panelists needs to actually leave. Can we actually so he doesn't just boop out, like tell everybody who he is and
nobody cares who I am.
Thank you for joining us, Kenzo.
I'm just another random dopey Brit that Mark gets on, just but yeah, I'm actually on a show called BLZ Pub, which is on a channel called BLZ Hub. It's just like one of these panel shows, but we often get
Hub.
Yes, we often get Commie Mark himself to come on as a guest, but it's kind of a late one. It's on at like 12 a.m. Pacific time, which is like 8 a.m. UK time. So
if you're in the UK, it's in that time slot that I was saying, bro, guys, there's a time slot waiting at like 8-9 a.m. in the morning, like for someone to take for the 4-5 a.m.s in America.
That's right. We get all the drunk stragglers that are just finishing off their streams and whatever. But yeah, if you want to hop on and view us making fools of ourselves, you're welcome to join us. Like I said, it'll be 12 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. UK time, and that'll be tomorrow. If I remember to wake up this time, because sometimes I do sleep in. I'm very professional.
Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I wish I could stay, but I have to go. Thanks for having me, Mark.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming, and come again. See you next time.
See you guys.
All right.
See you later.
Bye. I think it's your turn, Billy.
The racist backlash he's getting right now from jealous rightoids is going to break this rich libertarian soon. He will be an SJW within a year. Matractors.
Yeah, so
Oh my god.
there was some racist backlash, but not from the rightoids. That was from the leftoids, like at the start. But I'm gonna get into that in Matractors.
I've actually never heard any bit of race brought into the Eric July.
Early on when he launched, there's a bit of it there. So you'll see that in the next video I'll show you. Oh, holy moly.
Why is Eric July doing a book called Ice Cube? Jesus. That wouldn't make sense. I can read. Just because I can't tell some people apart doesn't mean I can't read.
Do you want me to be the cat on this one and read this one?
Oh, yes, please.
From system-error, you're really missing half the story if you don't mention Ethan's lowered take for Cyberfrog 3. People are acting as if it was Eric who tore Ethan's brain single-handedly. But no, the tearing of Ethan's brain was done by you, the Comicsgate paws, who simply don't have enough money to compete with the wealthy libertarian Rippaverse.
Oh no!
It's a small island in the Mediterranean Sea near Greece. CG backers must stop being economically illiterate hippies, stop being tight, and fund Ethan more so he can beat Eric's numbers. Ethan needs to be number one for the sake of the art.
I feel like this is the first time they've ever watched a CG video and saw me and assumed that's what everyone is. Like,
the pores. Oh my.
The Comicsgate pores.
The Comicsgate pores.
The pores.
It's making it like class.
What I like is that he brought up Ethan when this video had like absolutely zero to do with that at all.
It was in like the first 40 seconds or whatever when he was praising Eric July and then said, "Call me Mark."
Yeah, that's it though. Like what the goddamn what tarnation?
This one from Kevin Everson is really difficult read, but I'll try and read it. It says, "Commies spending hard-earned cash. That's your choice to make hard-earned money. That is how communism operates. Oh, you're one of those delusional fellows that thinks they can make communism work, even when about every instance of it has failed, except the ones where they kill those not willing to pick up the commie banner. Stuff it. We have real historical examples. Here's to you, sucking Stalin's short staff."
Did they watch the video? Like what?
I have to say, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I am actually a member of Twitter's Community Notes program, and this needs Community Notes because we cannot confirm nor deny Stalin had a short staff or a long member. That needs a community note regarding that.
Nuh-uh.
Thank you, Vincenzo, for subscribing.
That comment had absolutely nothing to do with the content of the video.
Yeah, well, it's YouTube, and that's what happens. KSS says this person thinks CG stands for commie guys. Thanks a lot, Mark. On this one, Richie Dupe says nice middle class dumb Eric pretends he was a gangster. So I've listened to a lot of interviews with Eric because I wanted an answer to this question. Like I didn't believe. I wanted an answer to his social class, and like I wanted to know that's important if you're British. Like you have to know that about people. And every interview that I saw, he always said, "I grew up in a single parent household." Like he never says like a working class household. He always says single parent, like adding a dash of like difficulty to it. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah, I was middle class, but single parent. Like do you know what I mean? Like it's putting the single parent foot forward first.
Yeah, when my mom and dad split, like she had to stay in her her beachside condo in
I only got to use the swimming pool at weekends. This video is ideologically superior to Comic Cut's videos. That's good, isn't it? Like
I think that's a compliment.
the moment you convince me to sub, even Comic Book Hut has more subs. That's a crime. Yeah, like that's not. I'm setting that as a target. Like, let's overtake Comic Book Hut. Like, then we'll be a success.
Is it just me, or does Comic Book Hut have such a punchable voice?
I didn't even know he was still going after the whole reveal of who was feeding him
Yeah,
information.
he went away, but then he came back again.
Oh.
To join in this, actually, to join in the Eric July stuff. Like, that's what. And this without saying anything about Dick Masterson. Yeah, never came up, not relevant to my early criticisms. I mean, it's going to influence some later on, like, but for now, like, it's not involved. All that we did in that video was set up. The book is funded and is going to come out real soon. That's what we're doing the story. And that is the end of that. So I don't have anything else to add. Like, does anyone have any thing they want to say?
Again, I want to say, aside from the low audio, I think that was one of the best videos that you've ever made. It the editing was on point. The addition of the subtitles was a very good choice to make.
Yeah.
And the length of the video with the pacing of the editing was, you hit the sweet spot on that.
Yeah.
On the subtitles thing, every video someone's complained about like the volume of my voice. Even when there wasn't music, like they complained about that. That it was difficult to understand me. That I'm mumbly as well, apparently. So putting the subtitles up for that is useful. But the main thing is, you remember when we did that JDA Efap, like where we Efapped the JDA video like a year and a half ago or whatever. Then he was stream sniping like us doing that, yeah. But he had us on mute. So while we're saying all these hilarious, like very on point things, criticisms on his show to his audience, we're on mute. And no one can see what I'm actually saying, and he'll be saying, "Oh, look, he's talking about Vox Day or whatever." It's just pictures like that you can see. But now, if someone tries to EFAP it, the words are there in it, like so you cannot do that trick anymore. Like, so, yeah. Mr. Dong says Comic Cut needs a new controller. Who will step up? I don't know.
Billy also claims that the length hit the sweet spot regarding the Stalin issue.
We can neither confirm nor deny Stalin's penis, unfortunately. That is beyond
we're talking about penises. Oh.
Yes. We can neither confirm nor deny. I tried to keep everything factually correct. We can neither confirm nor deny that on this show.
So I'm just thinking, I don't have anything else particularly coming up at the moment to promote. There's like I dropped a Comicast the other day with Aiden. Like go and listen to that. Like it's better. Like the Comicast show is more for when you're driving, like when you're on the bus, when you're trying to go to sleep, when you need something to listen to but not look at. You know, something that you can carry on like doing shit. Like
I listen to it when I'm driving my tractor.
Yeah, my tractors. I only come here for the facts about Stalin's penis. So yeah, anyone got anything that they want to plug? Like before we go.
Well, we got the thing that we've been working on in CG UK. You want to talk about that, or do you want to hold that off for another time?
You can have a go. We've got 114 people still watching.
Oh, that's good. Well, CG UK have been working on a website for all of the people in CG UK and for other UK creators. And we've actually created a website. We can go there. We cover news. We have everybody's books. We have creator bios. It's actually indiecomics.co.uk. That's our new website.
Isn't that a great URL? Just indiecomics.co.uk. Like, what more like exactly it is could you get? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We've been working on it. It's still getting there. Things are a little bit kind of bit up and down in certain pages, but we're getting there with it. The reason why we did it, I know people are going to say, why didn't you go for CG UK? The reason why we didn't go for CG UK, because that is actually owned by the Chili Growers UK Association.
Nice. Oh no.
Yeah.
God damn my tractors.
Yeah, Chili Growers UK.
If you thought our content was spicy, you should see like what they're doing.
So yeah, we that wasn't allowed, and they wanted £5,500 for the URL. So yeah, that didn't happen.
Java says don't join CG UK. People have mysteriously disappeared.
For real though.
Yeah,
we don't talk about any of that. Like you don't want to end up with an accidental ice pick in the back.
Yeah, Captain Puckhead accidentally fell on a pickaxe 5 times in a row, and so we don't talk about that accident anymore.
God bless him.
Yeah, you can check it out. It's pretty good. Mark's on it, Charlie's London's on it, Chubb's on it, everybody's books on it. We talk about, we have a little bit where we're talking about UK comic stuff. So we're trying to build what we're not allowed to do, because all the shill sites just ignore anything to do with comics at all. In the future, we're going to expand it out to more, but it's small seeds. We're getting there as we go along.
Like in the UK, our comic book industry being smaller is even tighter knitted together, and so we're picking that apart bit by bit. All right, are you ready for Le Poème? Yeah.
Yep.
To take us out. Okay. Thank you guys. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the panel. Thanks in the chat. And here's Jan to take us out.
It's the found poem where we take things from the show. I write it down, and we read it out so everyone remembers the show. People didn't like that at all. If you don't get a taxi, probably gay or bisexual, pay the nominal fee for the cloud storage. The problem is room echo. Soca sisters? You could do a Mona Lisa with these things. Been trying not to touch a poop. It's funny because it's a callback. Put these nuts in your gay poem. You made a stream to Efap, a stream. It's a history channel. We haven't even started yet. It was hopeful in the beginning. I go to the comic book shop all the time. Let's just carry on. What about the roads? The low volume will continue until morale increases. Tractors. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a businessman. We hit it. I'm going to Hawaii. They splash out on a fancy Brazilian. But how will the roads be handled in communism? Yeah, very dramatic page turn there. I find it difficult to buy teenage boys' birthday presents. A straw that finally broke your back. It's called storytelling. Who the fuck is that guy? I think it's your turn, Billy. It's like some kind of gift. The mumbling communist. We can neither confirm nor deny the length of Stalin's penis. Good night.